Hello, everybody. Welcome to Fall River Media News. Your host, Dave Mead. The reason why I'm coming on today is because, let me see here. Hold on. Let me take this out. Um, Plug this in over here so I can hear this. Hello? Uh, Hello, everybody. Welcome to Fall River Media News. I'm your host, Dave Mead, Fall River Media, and I was just let's see, River Media. Yes. And, so I'm just coming on today is because I really honestly want to know. What's going on with the Fall River, Fall River Fire Department. Well, there was recently some, pictures, videos showing that the fire department has, some, you know, s- s- some leaks in it. Look at this. We're still in the wave quotes. So, what it said to me, it was like stations couldn't be in that. We're still in the wave quotes. So, what it said to me, it was like this is the fire department. Stations couldn't be in that. Right here. We're still in the wave quotes. So, what it said to me, it was like stations couldn't be in that. Man. So that is the video that was taken from inside the fire department, where you can see it. The whole entire ceiling is all peeling. Okay, everywhere. Okay, and there is pipes. Um, you know, uh, broken. There is pipes broken. I still got more videos that I want to actually show you here. There is more videos right there. See, with the pipes and stuff all messed up, and look at the ceilings right here. I mean, this is what the fire department looks like, and this is a shame. It shouldn't even be this way. This is awful. Okay, and they're not even taking care of our public safety. Okay, the fire department. Okay, I mean, the pipes are all taped up and everything, as you saw on the video. We want to, Councilor Ricky Tiff was there, took a tour of the whole thing, and it's like, wow. I'm saying it's like it's all chipped, and and peeled, and even where they sleep, it's all like that. I mean, come on, man. I mean, this is disgusting already. You know what I'm saying? You know, why don't they? Why doesn't uh, Mayor Paul Coogan? Okay, you know, why doesn't Mayor Paul Coogan? You know, doesn't he care about our public safety? Does he care about the Fall River Fire Department? I don't think so. Okay, I mean, I don't think so. Okay, um, I mean, it's been like that for a very long time. I remember uh, when they had to fix the roof, and the roof was leaking, and it's like, I mean, come on. I mean, you guys are not thinking about the fire department, the public safety. I mean, the people that work every single day, and take care of our community. I mean, come on, you know what I'm saying? Well, Councilor Ricky Tev, he took a tour of it, and wow, yeah, it's pretty bad over there. I mean, that needs the inside of the fire department upstairs. It needs to be renovated. Fixed up. I mean, it's bad over there. I mean, that's lead paint. You know what I'm saying, coming down from over there, and it's pretty sad. And I don't know what the union what the union's doing about it, but it's pretty bad. The all that paint and stuff over there. I mean, come on, man. Guys got to start doing. They got to start doing something with that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because it's start fixing it up. You know what I'm saying? The city council, the mayor's office. I mean, they gotta put, the mayor's office has to put the Fall River Fire Department first. Okay, they gotta put the public safety first, because these guys been asking so many times. Okay, so many times. Hey, we got a problem. Okay, over here. Okay, walls are peeling. Lead paint. I mean, the pipes are broken. I mean, come on. I mean, do something about it. You know what I'm saying? Instead of arguing and fighting and I mean, Mayor Paul Coogan, I don't even think he cares about our public safety at all. I don't. I mean, it's pretty sad that, we have a mayor that doesn't care. Okay, and all he cares about is putting, is doing other things. Okay, spending the money. Okay, he reminds me of Maura Healey. Let's put it that way. Okay, that's what he reminds me of. But I mean, public safety has to come first. That's a shame. Okay, it is. It's horrible. And this is it, but it's horrible. And I was going to talk about this on Wednesday, with Annalisa, but it couldn't wait, so I had to talk about it now. So I had to talk about it now. Today, I had to do an edition of Fall River Media. So, but it's crazy, and I just don't know why. I just don't understand why does the city council or the mayor's office, I mean, especially the mayor's office, okay? I mean, they should be, that should be the first priority in the public safety, okay, is the fire station. Look at the Flint fire station. Look how brand new that is. Can't they spend the money to renovate this fire station? Okay, renovate it, make it look nice. You know what I'm saying? Like they did to the one up the Flint. Look at the one up the Flint. The one up the Flint over here is no problem. Okay, the one on Bedford Street, the fire station on Bedford Street, it's all peeling, the walls. I mean, all coming down. Hey, I showed it to you. You know what I'm saying? I showed it to you, and that's it. And it shouldn't be like that. You know what I'm saying? All walls are all peeling. From top to bottom. Look at that. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Leave the public safety looking like that. That's nuts. I mean, I wouldn't. I mean, that is sad. It is. I mean, I'm just going to say it is. It's sad. And this is why we got to get. This is why we got to get rid of these people. You know what I'm saying? Because this right here, look at the pipes. All the pipes are all taped up and everything, for the from the air conditioner, so that way they can keep cool at night. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the fire department, these people, they sleep there at nighttime. Okay, they sleep over at nighttime, so that way when they get a call, they can go out and poke out fires. I mean, it's pretty sad that this is actually really happening. For the city. I mean, it's and Councilor Ricky Tiff, he actually went there and he took a tour of the whole entire thing. But I want to say to Ricky, thank you, Ricky, for taking that tour. For the Fall River Fire Department, thank you, and thank you for taking that tour. I appreciate that. It made a great deal. It's a great deal for for the people of the city of Fall River and myself, and we can't thank you enough for actually doing that. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, it's a shame. It's horrible. And these people, I mean, they don't care. You know what I'm saying? The mayor of the city of Fall River don't care. Mayor Paul Coogan don't care about the fight about our public safety. He doesn't even come to us and say, "Hey, what should we do?" You know what I'm saying? Well, renovate it. You know what I'm saying? Renovate the fire, renovate it. Okay, renovate it, make it, upgrade it. That's what you're supposed to do. Okay, upgrade it. They need an upgrade because that's an old fire station. You got to upgrade it because they constantly use that fire station. When they get calls and they go out. So, I mean, it's sad. You know what I'm saying? And I have no words to say to Mayor Paul Coogan. And some of them city councilors, okay, some of them, okay, like Joe Camara, Cliff Ponte, and Sean Kadim. I have no words for any of them, okay, and to leave our public safety like that. You know what I'm saying? These are the people that get voted into office. These are the people that's supposed to represent the city of Fall River. Okay. That's why we need Kadeem out of there. We need Joe out of there. We need Mayor Paul Coogan out of there. We need people that's going to represent us and do a good job for the city of Fall River. This is not good for the public safety is not good for the city of Fall River at all. And whoever's going around saying that I'm running for school committee, it's a lie. I'm not running for school committee. So, so I'm not running for school committee at all. So whoever's doing that, they need to stop it because I'm not running for any public office at all. So not even school committee or city council. So, but I'm happy what I'm doing right here. My radio show. I'm successful at it. So I'm happy. I'm happy with this right here. So, and that's all I'm going to say. But I'm going to get back to what I was talking about. The peeling. That is crazy on the light over there. That's ridiculous, man. Yeah. So, I mean, if you go on my Facebook page, you can actually see it. You know what I'm saying? And we need to actually do something about that because we got to upgrade. You know what I'm saying? So, upgrade is the best thing and best thing to do. So, with that being said, let's see here. I saw something on Cliff Ponte here. Oh, I want to talk about this right here. So this here in 2022 investigation into the Department of Community Maintenance in DCM in Fall River conducted a private investigator, Daniel Lawrence, at the request of Mayor Paul Coogan and the city administrator, Seth Atkins, revealed a series of deeply troubling allegations involving the department head and John Perry for confidential reports of spanning over 30 pages, details potential and properties ranging from misuse of the city resources to an environmental hazard and workplace misconduct and abuse. The city of Fall River resigned releasing this report from almost 2 years, even thought that the findings based on surveillance and employees interview points and pictures and systematic issues with the DCM, raising concerns about oversights and accountability in the city operation. Phase 1, surveillance of John Perry. The investigation began with a two-phase approach. Phase 1 involving monitoring John Perry arrival and the porch times and City Hall, where his office has located over 3 days in April of 2022. Lonely observe Perry activities. Nothing is assigned parking spaces and light colored BMW Sanders, and surveillance reveals instant work hours by Perry arriving after 9 a.m. and leaving as early as 1:56 p.m. on one occasion, sometimes returning briefly before departing again by 5:07 p.m. on April 19th, 2020. Lonely was informed that Perry had been placed on a 2-week administrative leave, halting further surveillance. Phase 2, employee interview, expose allegations. Phase 2, consistent interview with employees across DCM, parking department, cemeteries, and tree maintenance departments, and the Lawton Street facility. Conduct between April 20th and May 2nd of 2022, and the interview where voluntarily with employees immediately from rehabilitation and operations to have union representatives present, no employee required, union present, and all participating freely according to Lonnie. This interview uncovered a range of allegations against Perry, included workplace misconduct. Multiple employees described Perry as a difficult and abusive supervisor. One employee reported Perry humiliated her in public, meetings, sworn at her, and made derogatory remarks other than alleged physical assault, claiming Perry repeatedly slamming a truck door on the leg during a confirmation. Employee consistently described low morals, with Perry labeling as a bully who breached staff and dismissed different defining operation. Investigation revealed a lack of accountability with Fall River Human Resources Department, as employee reported that complaints filed against John Perry were alleged links to him by HR staff before reviewing, discouraging fair reporting and resolution. Mischief of city resources employees. Allegations by Perry ordered the city machines to repair private vehicles, included those owned by Quality Fence and JDM, using city parts and labor. Perry's personal BMW was reportedly served in the city garage. And additionally, city equipment such as a backhoe was allegedly used for private projects, included at the property of a DCM employee. An employee reports that the city resources were used to repair concrete sidewalks in front of John Perry's sister's residence, despite the repairs being unnecessary as they were expanded from an adjacent emergency assignments. Environmental concerns. The investigation reveals serious allegations about the handling of contaminating metal. Employees claim Perry ordered the Bureau of the barrels of fuel contaminated soil from a gas station, lots near of Martin School, construction sites, and Oak Grove cemeteries. The soil, described as having a strong petroleum odor, was reportedly moved after the complaint from the residents. Furthermore, in the incinerator pit at the Lewiston Street facility was allegations filed with a hazardous material, including paint, asphalt, and toxin, and raising concerns about structural instability, environmental risk. And employee states that John Perry was observing operating in front of end and loader at night to cover hazardous material, included paint and toxin in the incinerator pit, the Lewiston Street facility. Progments violations serves instance of improper procurement were reported. Perry's allegations bypassing bidding produced by projects such as 13,000 concrete jobs and $30,000 and $40,000 in paving repairs by breaking them into smaller invoice. Employees also claim Perry ordered a damaged city excavator to be repaired without purchase orders and manipulating rental agreements for equipment. Theft and fraud. Employees report that the theft of the city property included Cooper writing for insensitive building allegedly removed by Perry and other scrap metals and city-owned pressure washer were also reported missing. An additional building error qualities were noted, but private vendors like JDM allowed the self-report hours without oversight, potential lending, fraudulent payments. Employees observed that the bags of sand blasting metal for the city-owned grifting machine, which sat onshore for years, were regardlessly dismissing from pallets at the Lawton Street facility. Suggesting unauthorized removal. Federalism rehabilitation. Perry was accused of forced and hiring and job assignments included appointing a potentially connecting individuals to a supervisory role over a more qualified candidate. Employees who challenged Perry of reports and issuing face retaliation, such as unfair writing up of threats of a termination. Holy mackerel, this guy, man. Woo. Wow, this guy, this Perry guy, man, committed some serious fraud, man, I'll tell you. Pacific incidents and highlighting some systematic issues are notable incidents and reports in the reports involving the city council member Pamela Liberty. The former city councilor Pamela Liberty LaBeau. Allegations taking from Bullock Street facilities and her personal vehicle, and other employees witnessed Perry and associate using the city equipment to perform private work at the commercial property, reporting for $9,000 for reporting also highlighted and lack of accountability. Insult. Delivers with missing bills of landing, potentially allowing discrepancy in reports. Wow. The former city councilor. This had become. This has been. This had come a lot. This was revealed at the school committee by Kevin Aguirre. All this stuff. Yeah, all this stuff was revealed by Kevin Aguirre, school committee man Kevin Aguirre. Oh my God! Wow, this is like really ridiculous. Holy mackerel! There's still more. On April 22nd, Perry was placed on paid administration leave by pending an investigation into several incidents with the DCM and state by city administrator Seth Ankers, who also resigned. Wow, there's still more, man. I'm gonna get into all the rest of that on Wednesday, when I'm on with Annalisa, and when we talk about when we talk about what's going on both sides of our world and stuff. Wow, but that's quite a lot. You know what I'm saying, when you have stuff like that, you know what I'm saying, and your government, you know what I'm saying, and it's crazy. But getting back to um, the uh, the fire department, I think the fire department we needs to come first. We need to have that painting. We need to fix that up. We need to upgrade the fire department. So because that has to come first, and because that's pretty sad when your fire department, okay, is you know you know has the ceilings are peeling, and yeah, it's actually totally a mess, and we need to actually adjust that. So we do need to adjust it. Okay, here we go. Here, Florida reporter reports on former DCM had led to an audit resolution by the city councilor. As a result, of a recent Fall River Reporter article to Fall River City Councilor uh, filing a motion to have the department audit. Cliff Ponte Jr. announced Sunday that he had failed the city. The councilor Sean Cadine will file the uh, following resolution introducing the city council after reporting reveal serious, deeply troubling allegations involving former DCM department head John Perry. So, and where is comprehensive investigation conduct by private investigator Daniel Lauren conducted by private investigator Daniel Longley revealed serious allegations and misconduct, misuse of city resources, environmental hazards, per, per violation, theft, uh, wisdom, and systematic issues in the Fall River Department, Community Maintenance, and DCM. Wow, holy mackerel, that's crazy. Well, let me tell you something. Okay, this is what the audit does. Okay, that's why we need the audit, because the audit will tell you where the money's going, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it will tell you. You know where the money's going. That's why we do need the audit. Okay, I mean, there's so many pages from B to C. I mean, wow, this is like really crazy. But I'm gonna get to I'm gonna get to the rest of it on Wednesday, and when my co-host comes on, Annalisa, and we're gonna actually talk about this stuff, because I just want to actually fill you guys in on what was actually going on with the fire department. So, but we're going to get into the rest of that uh, nonsense. But again, I want to thank Ricky Tiff for going down to the you know uh, taking a tour of the fire department, and looking and see what it needs to be done. And also want to thank Christopher too, from Christopher, well, Nate too, and Christopher for going down there and giving drinks and some food to the fire department too down there. So I want to thank them too as well. They've been assets to Fall River for a very long time, and and it's pretty sad that Fall River, the Fall River Fire Department is, is actually falling apart inside, and we need to actually get that fixed. You know what I'm saying? Because when you have paint peeling from the ceiling everywhere, even places where even the kitchen where they eat upstairs, when they have lunch and stuff, when they can, they cook meals over there. I mean, that stuff needs to be fixed. You know what I'm saying? It does. And I don't want to hear that, that the city ain't got no money. The city has money, but Mayor Paul Coogan, as soon as he gets it, he spends it. Okay. He spends it. We don't know what he does with it, but he spends it. Okay. And it's totally ridiculous that, we have to, it has to come down to this, but that's the Fall River Fire Department. That's our public safety. And we want to, try to, renovate the whole building and, fix it up and, and make it pleasant for them to sleep there. I mean, I know if I was a firefighter, I wouldn't want to sleep in there. Ceilings peeling like that. No, I mean, I probably won't want to sleep in there. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad. That it all has to, it all has to come down to that. But I had to do a serious right now on Sunday. But if you guys are with your family during church time, I just wanted to come down today to let you guys know what was going on. You know what I'm saying? And I know it's Sunday, but my show's on Wednesday, so this couldn't wait. You know what I'm saying? I had to get this out there. So I'm going to be talking about this again on Wednesday with when Annalisa comes on. So I'm going to be talking about this, but it's a shame. It's sad that stuff like this has to go on with our public safety, and knowing that we have a police officer too, drunk, disorderly, home invasion, breaking and entering with people in the house, asking for a woman, by name, and and now they're pressing charges, and I don't understand why Mayor Paul Coogan is not all over this, all over this. I don't understand, because I know that things get covered up all the time, get swept underneath the rug, so I know that. Okay, things get swept underneath the rug all the time. You know what I'm saying? And and it shouldn't even be happening like that. Okay, when something happens in the police department, there should be a press conference about it. Okay, uh, it should be. You know what I'm saying? Mayor Paul Coogan should be all over that. Okay, as the mayor of the city of Fall River. Okay, but I know Kelly Furtado is all over that. Okay, and because I know she suspended the other police officer when he got caught in that sting operation, and we heard no more about that. Okay, so I'm wondering if that got swept underneath the rug. Okay, I'm wondering. Okay, if it did, it's a shame. Okay, if it did. Okay, you know, just because they're police officers, they get in trouble. They're subject to go to court too and face charges too, just like everybody else. Okay, they're no better than me. They're no better than you or anybody else that lives in this community. We got to go by the book. We have to go by the book. Okay. And, it's not things shouldn't even be swept underneath the rug. Even by the courts, it shouldn't even be. Okay. And during this time when Perry, we didn't even know about this, about Perry, what Perry was doing, fraudulent from the DCM. We didn't even know about this. This came to light by Kevin Aguirre. Okay. This came to light by Kevin Aguirre. And now, guess what? Now, Cliff Ponte, now the city council knows about this. Okay. So, because now, and this is why we need the audit. Okay. This is why. Okay. The audit has to be in place because there's a lot of fraud going on. Okay. There is. And they know it. And that's why they're trying not to bring the audit involved. Because once the audit gets involved, the audit's going to find where the money went and how it got spent, and that's going to be the end. And, and things are going to come out, okay? Things will come out. And when it does, they're going to find out who spent the money. Just like the windows in the city hall. No, there was no order for that. People put windows in with no order to show for. Okay, who put the window in? Who ordered the windows? Okay, that too. That was under the Mayor Flanagan's. That was under Mayor Flanagan, I think it was, or it was under somebody. So that too. You know what I'm saying? So they actually do things behind the taxpayers' backs. Our money is being spent the wrong way. Okay? All right? Our money's being spent the wrong way. That's why we have to, okay? That's why we have to, have the audit in place. Because with the audit in place, all bets are off with that. Okay. So, they're going to get caught. Okay. They're going to get caught doing what they're doing with the taxpayers' money. And when they do, they're going to be like, okay, well, where did this money go? Where did this money go? What did this money been spent on? Oh, I don't know. That's why you're supposed to have an order form. If you're going to use city money, taxpayers' money, use the order form. Okay, say, hey, okay, boom, that'll cover your butt. Okay, order forms will cover your butt. That's what it is. Okay, and but trying to like Perry using equipment and using equipment and using our resources and doing cement sidewalks and everything. And come on, man. What the hell? The equipment is supposed to be when there's an order. And if an order form comes in and says, hey, you have to go out there and do a sidewalk. Okay. All right, you go out there and do a sidewalk. You know what I'm saying? Or you go out there with the asphalt and you do a pothole. When orders come in, that's why they have order forms. Okay. But Perry, funneling money, fraudulence and everything. That's why we need the audit. That's why we need it. Because without the audit, we cannot track where the money's going. That's the biggest problem. We cannot track where the money's going. You know what I'm saying? We have to track where the money's going, because with an audit, that's how it will be. I'm telling you. Yeah, that's how it would be. And they don't like it. They don't like it at all. Oh, well, even Governor Moore Healy, she doesn't like it. Well, we need the audit, and we're going to continue on mentioning this audit till the taxpayers of the city of Fall River gets it what we want. We are going to keep mentioning it. We need that audit, and that audit will find, hey, finding the money. You know what I'm saying? Where the money's going. I mean, if you're going to fix something, use an order form. If you're going to fix something, let the people know, hey, this needs to be fixed. We're going to do this. Okay. If you want to put new windows in the city hall, use the order form. That's what it's for. Just don't assume and say, hey, I'm going to call up the glass company and I'm going to put windows in the city hall without an order form. If you do that, we cannot track who did what. Okay, we have to have the audit. Okay, to track all this stuff because there's too much money missing from the city of Fall River. There's too much money. I can almost bet that there's over $250,000 missing somewhere. Okay, I can almost guarantee that. Okay, there's probably over that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not sure. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just throwing numbers and guessing. You know what I'm saying? Because I know how this stuff works. Okay, it's crazy. Okay, they don't want to. Okay, that's why they don't want the audit, because the audit will attract every single dollar and where it's at and how it got spent. And if it got spent on some things that we didn't approve or it wasn't signed by the city council, somebody will lose their job. Okay, all right, for it. But Perry's is on administration leave, so I mean, and that too, and there's quite a few things that I wanted to let out. I also wanted to let out Market Basket too, with the CEO of Market Basket. So I want to let that out too. I'm going to talk a little bit about that right now. The Market Basket. Market Basket CEO is placed on leave aiming for allegations of trying to instate work stop. Okay, so that's what he's trying to do. Market Basket CEO Arthur T. Demoulas has been put on paid administration leave, aiming accusations that he has been considering leading the work stop that could upend the store across the region. The Market Basket Board of Directors wrote to employees on Wednesday afternoon that they would be investigating the credible allegations that Demoulas was planning to disrupt operations of the grocery gang with 90 locations and over 30,000 workers by planning a work stop. The board said, I believe Demoulas, his allegations plans to work stop was in the retaliation against the board for requiring him to work carefully with them regarding based on the company's operation plans. So that there, okay, I remember that me and my wife, we were down in New Bedford. I believe it was 2014 or 2015 when the two brothers, when the two brothers or the two cousins were going at it, and they, I think the cousin wanted to take Market Basket and bring Market Basket overseas at one point. You know what I'm saying? So, and take all the Christmas bonuses away from the employees. See, Market Basket, and I was on WB. I was on a New Bedford radio station at Market Basket, New Bedford, and we fought to keep Market Basket and New Bedford, and we fought to keep it there, and we fought for RDT to take over Market Basket, so that way the employees over there could keep their bonuses and and keep their jobs over there too as well. And it was gone for several months over there, all over the region. You know what I'm saying? So, but I hope they can resolve this situation, and because they're going at it again. I mean, it's family-owned business. They're not union, so. And so, I mean, if it was union, then the union would get involved, but it's not. So it's crazy how things are happening across, America, across the region. It's just beginning to nuts. Okay, and and I just wonder, and I'm also wondering. How is well? I've been hearing a lot about an old man was beat up down at the bus station by 3 14-year-olds, and then the old man was in a coma. So I mean, I wonder. Somebody said that he was out of the coma, and the police are still investigating that situation too. So. I mean, who puts a hand on an old man and robs him and beats him up and puts him in a coma? Okay, 3 14-year-olds did that. Okay, so what is that going to get swept under the rug too as well? Probably, because something. They don't care. Okay, they don't care. Nobody cares about what goes on. You know what I'm saying? But we have to care what goes on in our community. Okay, all right. It's like being in a war. Okay, you have to care what goes on in the war, right? So you have to care what goes on in your community, because if you don't care what goes on in your community, then guess what? You're part of the problem. If you don't care, okay. I care about my community. Okay, I care about my grandkids living in this community. I care about my wife, my son. And when we working in a workplace and stuff goes on, okay, I care. Okay, you have to care. Okay, like the buses. When I'm on the bus, hey, there's something going on the bus. Take a note of it, write it down, the time and everything. And then you turn in the report and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, this is what's going on. Don't be afraid. Okay. Don't be afraid. Some people are scared. What are you scared of? Okay. What are you scared about? Somebody coming up to you, retaliating against you? Don't even worry about that. Okay. Don't even worry. Okay. People worry about things so much. Oh, scared. Yeah. Why would you be scared? I'm not. So, I mean, don't. So, yeah, you just don't want to, just don't. You know what I'm saying? You live in a community, you want to be safe. Okay. Being safe, then sorry, you want to be safe. Okay. People walk to the store. Okay. So, and at nighttime, I got to keep my scanner off, because you want to know why? Because a lot of things happen at nighttime. That's why I got to keep my scanner off. Okay. Because a lot of times the scanner will go up, even on Fridays and Mondays. It's during the weekends. It gets really crazy out there. People are afraid to walk to the store, to go just to get a gallon of milk. They got to wait until the next day to take a bus to go to the market and go get a gallon of milk. You know what I'm saying? When their store is right down the street from them, people are afraid, So, I mean, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's ridiculous. Okay. You know, uh, and people talk on their phones while they're driving. People talk on their phones while they're walking. They bump into you. Okay. They don't pay attention to where the hell are they going. Okay. They bump right into you. It's like, hey, excuse me. You know what I'm saying? It's like, get off your phone. You know what I'm saying? Pay attention to where you're walking. You know what I'm saying? Instead of looking at your phone all the time and having your phone in your face. You know what I'm saying? If they talk on the phone and they bump into you, it's like, I mean, it's hello, excuse you, so can't you find and watch where the hell are you walking? Okay? Oh, sorry. Yeah. Bull, sorry. You just want to walk on, flipping the phone, and you walk by and you bump into the people. You know what I'm saying? And people, it's the phones today, and people just don't pay attention to where they're going. And sometimes I'll walk across the street, and the car's coming up. Boom! Well, they'll walk across the street with their headsets on. They're not paying attention. They got their music blasting in their ear, and the car's coming up the street. Yeah. People are crazy. That's all I can say. I mean, it's Fall River. What do you want? Fall River are nuts. Yeah, But but I hope that the city councilors come to a conclusion and do something about the Fall River Fire Department, because I mean that place is a total disaster. It's a mess, and it's a mess. It's total disaster. And I'm hoping that they fix it. At least renovate it, and just like the one in the Flint area. I've been in the one in the Flint area. It's nice up there, man. If you go upstairs, their place. I mean, it's so nice over there. It's excellent. You know what I'm saying? It is awesome. You know what I'm saying? It is so awesome. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, you gotta. I mean, but they need to do. They need to do the same thing down here at the Bedford Street fire station. Okay, they need to get on that. Okay, because do you know that if the fire department, the firemen, they can get sick from all that lead paint falling down. They can get sick, and they got to get on that stuff right away. Okay, and do something about it. Okay, Mayor Paul Coogan, he doesn't understand. Okay, he lost control of his office a long time ago. He's lost totally control of his office. Okay, he cannot keep control of his office at all. He lost totally control of it. Okay, I seen him in a parade. I just didn't even shake his hand. I didn't even say nothing to him, because he's a joke. Okay, I thought he was going to be a good mayor. Okay, I thought he was, but let me tell you something. Okay, we had no choice of voting for him because of we had no choice, and thank you very much for that. And so true. He is a joke. Yes, Mayor Paul Coogan is the biggest joke around in the city of Fall River. Okay, all right. Okay, look at our infrastructure. Our infrastructure is totally disintegrating because of his lack of maintenance. Okay. It is. Okay. We used to have good roads. Okay. Crosswalks used to be painted all the time. Everything used to be painted all the time. Every time, no questions asked. Yeah, and he's also putting the first responders in danger. Okay. That's what Mayor Paul Coogan's doing right now. Okay. Putting the first responders in danger. Okay. That is crazy. It is. And he's right. I'm saying, look at it. I mean, come on. Hunter Megan, said that he is putting our first responders in danger. Of course, Mayor Paul Coogan's doing that. Okay? Of course. You know what I'm saying? Mayor Paul Coogan does not care about our first responders. All he cares about is him, his pension, and his rich friends. That's all he cares about. Okay? That's all he cares about. Okay? He doesn't even care about the taxpayers of the city of Fall River. Okay? At all. He don't care. That's why I said he needs to be removed from office. Okay? He needs to be removed from office immediately as we speak. Okay? That is sad. I mean, I'm out there every single day, okay, riding the bus from work to home. Sometimes on a nice day, I will go for a walk around. I mean, our infrastructure is so patched up on every sidewalk between Alden Street, Pleasant Street, all the way down Pleasant Street, all the way down on Bedford Street, and every single side street is all patched up, okay? Patched up, okay? These roads haven't been fixed for a few years, okay? Why hasn't our roads been fixed? Hasn't been fixed for a few years? Why? It's because of Mayor Paul Coogan. That's why, okay? Mayor Paul Coogan lost control of the mayor's office a long time ago, okay? We need to gain control back to the mayor's office again. We need somebody to be in there to bring that control back, because if we don't, we're not going to get anything done here in the city of Fall River at all. We're not. We need that control back. You know what I'm saying? That's what we need. We got to gain that. We got to gain that power and control back to the city hall again, because Mayor Paul Coogan, forget it. Okay. Okay. And yeah, there is a sinkhole on Pleasant Street. It's because of the cars to hit and hit a building. Yeah, of course. Yeah. I mean, you're right. I agree. You know what I'm saying? I agree with you 100%. That's exactly what's going on, and we talked about this. Okay, sinkholes everywhere. Well, look at next to Price Right when it pours when it rains outside. Okay, down the bottom of Pleasant Street, that thing floods like a river down there. Okay, all the time. Oh, we fixed it. I went down there. That thing's flooded again. Okay, the thing is total flooded again. We need a responsible leader. Okay, that's going to take care of the people. Okay, and put the people first. Okay, we need a responsible leader. Okay, Mayor Paul Coogan lost control. He's not responsible at all. Okay, he is not. Okay, and people tell me, oh, he's responsible. We gave him a chance. He lost control. He's not responsible whatsoever. So, I mean, this is like crazy. Okay, he's not. Okay, you can't ride the dirt bikes on the street. Yeah, of course. Well, when Mayor Paul Coogan there, You can ride the dirt bikes with no license plates on the street. Come on, man. Yeah. You're absolutely right. You can ride the dirt bikes on the street. Well, you know what? Because Mayor Paul Coogan, he's soft. Okay, he's soft. Okay, and let me tell you, he's afraid of his own shadow. Okay, he's soft. Okay, he has a student. Okay, I remember when Mayor Paul Coogan first was mayor. Okay, he has a student that was in Black Lives Matter. Okay, so he has a student. Okay, that was Black Lives Matter. And Mayor Paul Coogan's been soft. Okay, he's been soft. Okay, Mayor Paul Coogan don't go by the book. Okay, so and every time I've watched the videos from Fall River Reporter and all, I'm like, I can hear Mayor Paul Coogan. He's trying to find something to say, and he can't. Okay, that's what he can't. Okay, so that's why we need a responsible person that's going to be for the people. Mayor Paul Coogan is not for the people. He's not a people's person. Okay, Mayor Paul Coogan is in there for the money, for his pension, for his rich friends, and that's all. You don't hear him asking for the public's help. You don't hear that. Okay, you don't hear him say, "Hey, let's turn to the public." You know what I'm saying? Let's see what the public's got to say about what's going on here in the city of Fall River. Okay. There is crime here in the city of Fall River. The police, they work hard. Okay, every single night they work hard. I'm going to say this again. I had to shut my scanner off. Okay, I had to. Okay, the police work really hard here. And yeah, sometimes I said these purchase pizza times, and he has a hobby. Yeah. So someone said he purchased a pizza time, so he has a hobby. Yeah, he has a hobby, but what about the people of the city of Fall River? I mean, he's not a good he's not representing the city, right? He's lost control of everything. Okay. CJ said it, Chip said it, he lost control of everything. Okay. There's no when you lose control, okay, of the mayor's office, there's no getting it back. Okay. You cannot gain that control back. Forget it. Okay. And yeah, well, you cannot gain that control back once you lose control of it. So that's why we need a responsible mayor of the city of Fall River. We got Carlos Caesar running for mayor. We got Boomer Amaral running for mayor. We got tons of people out there running for mayor. Boomer Amaral, he's running for mayor. City. Who else is running for mayor? Then you got Nate from Christopher's running for city council, I believe. Because I did sign his nomination papers. And then you got let's see here. Let's see who else is running for school committee here. There's got to be there's other people here running for school committee too. So, before I get to that, fares are free extended until August 31st in 2025. The SRTA will not collect fares through the August 31st, 2025. Passengers can ride the fixed routes buses and the on-demand vans for no cost. So taxpayers are paying for that too. Horrible. When there's a lot of problems on the buses and everything else too. So that there. Oh my good Lord. But like I said, Mayor Paul, yeah. And the parade, not the. I want to. I also want to mention the parade. And I know Tammy's watching. Oh, Nathan Silva for City Council. Thank you, Tammy. I appreciate that. Nathan Silva for City Council. All right, so Nathan Silva, yes. All right. Nathan Silva for City Council. That is so great. And we also have Ricky Tiff. Is also a city councilor too as well. So which is good. We got to get Mayor Paul Coogan out of there. Okay, we have to, because it's sad. Thank you, Tammy. I appreciate that. Yeah, pretty. I didn't think she. I didn't think she listened to my live stream, but she does. And it's also pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? So thank you again. I appreciate that. So Nathan from Christopher's, he's running for city council. So we want to push him in there. We want to get him in there. So and because him and his partner Chris and they brought some stuff down to the actual fire department, and some drinks and some food down there. They've been doing a great deal of a lot of things for Fall River, even especially when they got some beautiful flowers. I mean, up there in front of their building, really nice over there, really awesome, great. I went and visit Christopher's, and they got some good flowers over. They got flowers over there, and it's awesome. You know what I'm saying? My wife and I, we went over there. The coffee is great over there. Guys over there should try it. You know what I'm saying? So, and some of my viewers are saying something about the fire department. Let's see what's there. They need to help we need to help the fire department. That is true. We need to. The fire department needs help. Okay. They have lead paint. I even showed the video. They have lead paint coming down down the walls and stuff, and it's pretty bad over there. Again, Ricky Tiff did a tour with Fall River Reporter in that area. Did a tour at the fire department, and so did Christopher and Nate too. They also did the tour up there too as well. I don't want to forget that either. And they also did the tour too, and they saw, what was going on up there, and it's pretty sad. It's a mess in there. It's sad. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, Joe Camara, Sean Kadeem, Cliff Ponte, Linda Pereira. I don't even know the other city council's name, but these people got to go. They've been in there a long time, and there's not going to be no change with them. Okay, we keep voting for the same people all the time. We need to make this change. Okay, we need to make the change. We have to. We have to make the change. It's prudent. We got to make this change, because if we don't, the city's going to go downhill. Okay, if you keep voting for the same people then all the time. Okay, we got to get these dinosaurs out of there and put new dinosaurs in there. Okay, so but even the parade was horrible. Okay, I seen it for myself. My wife's seen it. The parade is horrible. Okay, it was, and they didn't have the army trucks in there. They didn't have the tanks. They had the police. They had Marine cadets, which I was in when I was younger. They had the Navy cadet there. They had BMC Durfee High School, which is my old high school that they had there. They had several other things. The war. They had the war veteran wall up there, and let me tell you, but they didn't have the army trucks there at all. I probably only seen one. That was it. Maybe, I don't know. But now going for the Gold Star families, they didn't even have the event for the Gold Star families, and that's a shame. After all these veterans, what the veterans done for us, okay, the veterans kept us safe, okay, all right. They kept us safe, and they fought for the war. They fought for us, okay, just to keep us safe, okay, keep everybody's family safe. It's a shame that they didn't have that event for the Gold Star families. It's horrible, okay. That's what I'm going to say, okay, and that's how I'm going to express myself on live on my podcast. It's a shame, okay. It's horrible. Something needs to be done, okay. It's that's why we got to get Coogan out of there. We got to get Joe Camaro out of there. We got to get Cliff Ponte out of there. We got to get a lot of them city councils in there. We got to put new dinosaurs in there, okay, new ones, okay, because if you keep the old ones in there, all you're going to get is the same results all the time. The same thing, okay? That's what you're going to get is the same thing, okay? Every single time. So we need fresh ideas. We need the city council to represent the people of Fall River. Ask what they want. Okay? Ask us, because we don't work for you. You work for us. We hold you accountable for the things that you do and say and that you don't do for the people of the city of Fall River. So that's all I have to say today. But I will be on Wednesday with Annalisa, my co-host, and my wife usually comes on too. And so I'll be on Wednesday, and I will be talking about a little bit more about John Perry and DCM and the things and the frauds and stuff that's going on. We need to expose all of this stuff, okay? Because if we don't expose it, guess what happens? It's going to be swept underneath the rug, just like the police officer that got caught breaking and entering and asking for a woman that probably didn't exist. Maybe she did. Who knows? Okay, maybe. Okay, but he broke into the house with the people in the house, so that's called home invasion. That's what it's called. So I mean, I haven't heard anything more about the one that got caught in Boston. Okay, and a sting operation. So I haven't heard about anything else. So, like I said, I hope that this stuff don't get swept underneath the rug. Okay, I hope it don't, because if it does, that's where the corruption comes in, and that's when there's problems. Okay, I love my city. I love living here. Okay, I love living here. Okay, I was born and raised here all my life since I was born. Okay, and I will continue on fighting the good fight to keep my city and the people that I love safe in my community. Okay. I am a community leader, and I'll continue on being that leader for this community. So, but I will see you guys on Wednesday. And I will see you guys on Wednesday. And so take care. You have a good night. I'm going to go have my dinner now. And so I don't know what I'm going to eat yet, but I'm going to go have dinner. So take care, everybody. Have a great night. This is Dave Mead, Fall River Media News. Always broadcasting, and but this was a special show today. So thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you, Tammy, for watching, and coming on. Hunter, Meg, thank you for coming on. And thank you all for coming on, because I like to see new faces. But again, I want to thank Ricky Tiff, Councilor Ricky Tiff, for taking that tour. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. You'll have my vote every year. And good luck in the city council. And good luck to Nate and Boomer Emerald and Carl Caesar and the rest of the candidates out there. We need good leadership. That's what we are. We want good leadership. So take care, everybody. Have a great night. And again, I will continue on being the leader in this community that you people want too. So, so this is Dave Mead, Fall River Media News. Have a great night. See you on Wednesday at 6 p.m. with Annalisa.